The truth is, there's nothing that can really prepare you for relocation. Not the checklist, not this application, not YouTube videos, not even this podcast. However, there are 10 things that I wish I knew before I relocated, and I would like to share with you. So if you're relocating or just relocated, you might have to sit tight to hear this and let me know which one I missed out. Number one, let's start with something a little bit vain, right? Your skin. Holy Spirit. When I was back home, one of the things that you hear people say is, "Oh, abroad skin. Oh my God, look at how you're fresh. Look at how you look." So in my head, the abroad weather makes your skin glow. Wrong. We sometimes imagine that the moment we get abroad, your skin will become fresh, flawless. Wrong. The cold weather, the dry hair, the indoor eating, sudden weather changes. Oh my God, it makes your skin even require more attention and products. You have to be conscious about it. I think when I was in Nigeria, of course, I was taking care of my skin, but it was like passive. I didn't really have to do too much, right? But here, I realized that you have to do a lot to keep your skin intact. If you don't want to get too dry, if you don't want to get too tough. The abroad weather is not a recipe for glowing skin. If anything, it's a recipe for black skin to actually not glow. I don't want to say to crack, but so if you're traveling abroad or you just relocated before your skin takes a dip, you should start researching how to keep your skin intact so that you don't lose what you have. Or don't assume that you will get it immediately you get here. Let's go to one of the serious one is credit card money is borrowed money, it's not extra cash. If you're coming from a country that is very cash heavy, like say Nigeria, right? You buy things because you have the cash. When you come abroad and you have access to credit card, it takes a minute for your brain to switch to understand that it is a credit card. I know this sounds easy. This sounds, oh, it's just a credit card. Everybody should know that you're not dumb. I promise you, a lot of people are in debt. I promise you, a lot of people are in financial mess because that switch takes a little time. Credit card is not free money. Credit card is not cash. Credit card is not automatically an extra money for you to spend. It sounds easy, but you need to process it before it becomes a problem. Another thing is you do realize how important your village is when you get in here. You think that, oh, I'm leaving my family. Some people cry at the airport, give them a hug, your friends. But when you land, you then realize how it is, how important it is to have a village. Especially if you're moving into a country where you do not have families, you do not have friends. That village that you do not have, the realization is tough on you when you are the only option you have for everything. If you're sick in the hospital as a single person, if you don't have close friends, you're there all by yourself. If you have kids, for example, if you don't have childcare, you're all by yourself. That village that you had back home, it eats you big time when it's being stripped abroad. You think you're prepared, you're not prepared. Another thing is your first job does not have to be your final destination. I know that I've seen a lot of videos where people say, oh, people come with great credentials and they settle for less. I think what you should prepare yourself for is that you might not get a palatable first job, but your first job doesn't have to be your last job. Your first job doesn't have to be the final destination. It is a stepping stone. And you have to get to a point where you block out the noise, have a plan for your life, and move. If you're still worried about what people would say, how the job will be perceived, or if you're just worried about external validation when it comes to picking a job when you come abroad, you would not move as fast as somebody who understands that I need to get on the first step to get to the next step. Another thing is, oh my God, workplace culture. Guys, it is totally different. You're coming from, I think this would be a separate topic on its own because I think one of the major things we're missing is workplace culture. The workplace culture back home is extremely different. It's like day and night, guys. It's like day and night. So when you come into any country and you get into work, just understand that everything you understand about workplace culture from back home doesn't apply. There's no other way to tell you. You have to be ready to learn and unlearn. I'm going to do a full topic on that because it is a big deal. Another thing is friendship would require more effort to prosper. See, friendship with people back home, friendship with people here, it requires a lot of effort. I think that we underestimate what it takes to settle in another country as an adult, where you're the one making every decision, where your future is literally in your hands. Friendship easily can take the back burner. If you don't have a schedule, if you don't have a plan on how to keep in touch, my dear, you're going to lose your friends. And another thing is you can become a homebody by force. You get to a point that a lot of people say, oh, people abroad are always depressed. People abroad don't have the life. It's because by the time you tick off all your list, you have no energy to socialize. If you come here as an adult, you have a checklist. And unfortunately, socialization takes the back burner. So you have to understand that it's easy to be a homebody without a life. You have to consciously put that into the plan. If it's going to the cinema once a week, if it's meeting up with a friend or a drink, you have to consciously want to socialize. And another thing is everybody says it's easy for kids to adapt. It's easy for kids to adapt. Yes, it is easy for kids to adapt. But if they do not have your support, your listening here, your guidance, they wouldn't really adapt faster. You need to be very present. And another thing is you might have to rebuild your identity from the beginning. A lot of things that people struggle with when they relocate is the identity that they have back home. So it's hard to let it go. I was this, I could do this, I am that, I'm confident, I could make friends easily, have lots of friends, I could socialize, I was a boss at work. When they come into the new environment, they don't let that go. Nobody's saying lose yourself, but you might have to let go what was for you to become. So just be conscious of that. A little part of you might be lost in the process of getting to become what you have to become in a new land. It is what it is. The last but not the least is just know that if you're married, relocation will expose the true condition of your marriage. Again, this has to be another topic of its own because we hear a lot of things online where people say, oh, after the relocation, why is it after the relocation? She left him, or he left her, or this, or that. Relocation, especially as couples. So, for example, if you're married for over 5 years, you already have had your marital culture in place. Relocation would expose the true nature of your marriage. It's after you relocate that you would understand the marriage in the sense that where you're stripped of everything that you know and how it was and how it should be, and you have to adapt knowing that you only have the two of you, the true color of the marriage would come out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. What's one thing that you would tell somebody who's just relocated or planning to relocate? Bye.